On May 4th, 2007, a massive, violent, and destructive wedge tornado obliterated the small community of Greensburg, Kansas. This F5 monster would level 95% of the city and 11 people were killed. This 1.7 mile wide tornado would prove why nighttime tornadoes are so much more deadly than daytime tornadoes, as without sirens, electricity, or a radio, you would have no idea that such a monster was coming. Welcome to the Greensburg Tornado documentary. Hi, I'm Pat from Pat's Path Predictor, and welcome to the Greensburg Tornado documentary. In this video, we will be going over everything that happened with this tornado, from the path itself, to how wide it got, and to how it was formed in the first place, as well as the behind the scenes and some of the weather that happened that day. Once again, we will be going over everything, from the pure destruction to the tornado itself. Welcome to the documentary. The Greensburg tornado was part of a larger tornado outbreak that would last from May 4th to May 6th, 2007. This outbreak would spawn 132 tornadoes, the majority of which were weak to moderate in strength. However, one tornado stands out above the pack and would become infamous for leveling an entire town, as well as being the perfect example on why nighttime tornadoes are so dangerous. On May 4th, 2007, the Storm Prediction Center issued a moderate risk for severe weather for parts of Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma. The tornado risk issued by the SPC was at 15% with a hatched area, meaning that there was a 15% risk of strong tornadoes rated EF2 to EF5 within 25 miles of a point. The wind threat was at 30%, meaning that there was a 30% risk of 60-mile-per-hour winds within 25 miles of a point. The hail threat was also at 45% with a hatched area, meaning that there was a 45% risk with 2-inch hail or greater in diameter within 25 miles of a point. The Cape at Dodge City, Kansas was absolutely insane, reaching values of over 5,500 joules per kilogram, which is not only extremely conducive, but extremely rare, as this is an excessive amount of instability and energy for severe thunderstorms. For context, the Cape was almost at 6,000 joules per kilogram during the Bridge Creek Moore tornado, and around 7,000 joules per kilogram the day of the Gerald tornado. This Cape was getting close to that, and it is already insane, and if the cap is weak enough, it will break explosively. The Greensburg tornado would touch down at 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and storm chasers spotted the tornado 20 minutes later. The tornado would then strengthen as it approached Greensburg and would grow to over 1/2 a mile wide, and spotters would report multiple vortices circulating the perimeter of the wedge tornado. Severe ground scattering was reported, and trees were debarked as it approached Greensburg. The tornado would then rapidly widen to a 1.7 mile wide tornado as it got closer to Greensburg. At 9:41 p.m., the National Weather Service office in Dodge City issued a tornado emergency for Greensburg. The tornado then hit Greensburg at F5 strength and would immediately begin its destruction of the town. It started at the south side and worked its way up to the north. Many homes were destroyed, with 3 well built on their foundations completely bolted to them, were completely slabbed as the tornado hit. The tornado would then weaken slightly to F4, but would still devastate everything in its path. Downtown Greensburg was directly hit and would suffer catastrophic damage as it plowed through homes, businesses, and other well-built buildings and offices. 2 of Greensburg's schools and Greensburg City Hall were flattened, and trees were defoliated with no bark to speak of left. Greensburg High School was directly hit and sustained high-end F4 damage. The tornado would then re-strengthen to a F5 and would completely slab homes as it tore past the high school, or what was left of it at least. The tornado would then weaken to F3 status while damaging Kiowa County Memorial Hospital. Northern Greensburg was completely flattened as the tornado would move through and exit the town. The tornado would then leave Greensburg and gradually weaken. It would then execute a loop in a farm field before dissipating at 10:05 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The damage was total and near apocalyptic. Over 95% of the town was destroyed, and the rest of it sustained much damage. Hours after the tornado hit, Greensburg was evacuated, as the buildings were deemed to be not safe to live in. The Kansas National Guard would be called in to assist in security measures. 11 people were killed in this monster tornado, and at least 45 others were injured. A total of 961 homes and businesses were destroyed, with 216 others receiving major damage. The amount of damage that occurred in Greensburg was estimated at $153 million. Kansas Governor Kathleen Sebelius and President George W. Bush declared Greensburg, as well as Kiowa County, a disaster area, and the long road to recovery began. One major consequence of this tornado was that Greensburg's population would never recover. It was over 2,000 before the tornado. It halved after it left, and it would never fully recover. In fact, the population is still going down, and there's only a few hundred people that live there to this day. However, Greensburg has rebuilt, and it is known as America's first completely green energy town. I wish Greensburg the best of luck in the future, and my thoughts and prayers are out to those who were affected by this tornado. If you were affected by this, please leave a comment down below. And as well, for the rest of you, this is the exact reason why I do what I do on YouTube, to prevent more people from getting killed by warning them ahead of time that severe weather may be happening, as well as other extreme weather events. But with that being said, that wraps up this documentary. I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It is much appreciated. It also helps inform more of the public on weather events, extreme weather events that is, and the goal on this channel is to get more people involved with weather. With that being said, have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.